Hello and good morning, evening, or afternoon, depending where you are. This will be my first video on what I'm going to be calling ethical parks, maybe? I don't know what I'm going to call it actually. But it's on the premise that I make a ethical prehistoric kingdom park, where this concept is inspired by Paws Design, who's done this for Planet Zoo. I haven't seen anyone do it for Prehistoric Kingdom yet. But someone might have. If they have, please let me know. I don't want to pretend I'm inventing something new here. This is based on someone else's series, but the rules I'll be using will probably be sort of based around the game more than the rules as I used it in Planet Zoo, as the game has different mechanics. Where I will be picking the park, let's see. I mean, if we're going like purely on ethics, surely you want somewhere a bit warmer, you know. Dinosaurs, I feel like it's a lot warmer back then, you know. I think I saw it was 5 or 6 degrees warmer back then than it is today on average, which is quite a lot when you really think about it. So I will probably be picking Costa Rica, I think. Seems like a good place to start. I will be playing on normal difficulty because I'm not that good at this game. As you'll probably see. I feel like if I go on hard, I'm going to lose, and that will be very bad. So let me begin. Ah. So I should probably premise what premise I think that's the right word. I should probably explain what I mean by making the park ethical. So the first one will be I feel like there's a lot of mechanics in the game that aren't actually out yet that I should address more. Like there's the enrichment mechanics that you don't actually really need to look at that much. Like let me get up Paleopedia. So let's take we'll take Coelophysis. The Coelophysis, let's look at this guy. So it's got 3 diets. Well, actually, I'll start with this as well. Actually, not like picking. If you only give it one diet, like one food in its diet, nothing changes. They basically they're still just as happy, which I like. It's not very accurate to real life. You know, lots of dinosaur, well, lots of animals in general eat a wide variety of food to give them different nutrients and what have you. So I'll be trying to appease every diet option, which isn't too hard at all really, but it does affect importing the food. On the topic of food, there is a new feature, if I can find it here. Where are we on the research tab? Oh, I don't have a research station. But the feature is you can now make your own food of pretty much every type, I think. I'm not sure about meat, but everything else you can. So let's look at it. Insect. There it is. Produce station insects. You can produce basically all the food. Because obviously, we're in Costa Rica. We're going to be importing a lot of our food. Importing has, you know, bad effects worldwide. You know, all the shipping lanes and stuff. A lot of CO2 emissions. We'll try and keep that low. CO2 neutral. So when possible, we will be producing all of our own food. Obviously, you don't start off with the researchers, but so I will have to import the first couple batches of food from the old loading bay, but after that, none. Nunca. We'll nip that one in the bud. So that's the food, generally. There's also certain, like, oh god, I'm going to find Coelophysis again. Here we are. So, for this many Coelophysis, you need 1,200 meters squared, which I think's quite a small space. Obviously, some dinosaurs need massive areas, but I'm going to try and... This is like a space to be happy, you know, you want the creatures to thrive. I'll probably make it a bit bigger than this. I'll be trying to give live up to their like botany standard. I'll try and get some paleo accurate plants in there as well, because they've done that now. The plant feature have these, which are you can excavate and dig up plant fossils that from the past. I don't think there's like a time period for each. Obviously, these ones say Cretaceous, but I think you can use them for any dinosaurs, really, as long as it's the right biome, which I'm not sure if they'll look more into later on. But I mean, paleobotany's very cool. So I'm very happy with that. And as I do this, I'll probably get started. Now I think about it, I don't really like this. I haven't made any of this. I I don't feel very accomplished, so I'm going to delete that. Plus, I get all the money back, which is probably something I'm going to need. So I will start. I'm going to leave this for now because I don't know how much money I'm going to have left over. But I would be trying to make it ethical for the staff as well. There aren't actually that many members of staff in this game yet. It's not like Planet Zoo where you have security guards and vets. Next update, they're adding vets though, so that'll be interesting. What path do I like? Gravel. I think wooden's quite nice, but at the same time, I mean, we're in a tropical area. It's gonna get hot in the day. If you're walking on some asphalt, it's gonna be burning. It's sweltering hot. So does wood, I guess. Is there any stone? Natural paths. Yeah, well, you know what, we'll go for gravel. I don't know if I can actually attach this, like, directly. I'm gonna put on angle snap just because, but I think this is the best I can do to... Oh, that's weird. Then I'm gonna try and do this. I'll do 2 entrances, I think, because I don't think they're too expensive. Try and line that up. There we go. Looks decent. Let me move that up a little bit. Ah, my recording thing is in the way. That's kind of annoying. Is there a way I can fix that? That's going to be really annoying otherwise. Oh, I see. Oh, actually, yeah, there is no problem. I just have to merge the groups if I want to do that. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I should premise this is my first time really recording anything, so please be kind. I don't know how good the audio quality is either. I've tried to listen back to it. I think this is decent. If you can hear crackling, I'm going to edit it out if possible, but if not, please let me know. I will focus on making the audio quality a bit better. If I'm going to do another episode of this, I'll see how everyone feels, but I think this is decent. I like a wide path. I hate going to zoos and, you know, you're surrounded by more people than dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, animals. I do love a good zoo. I'm not actually very qualified when it comes to being a zookeeper. I have a friend who is studying to become a zookeeper. I study marine biology. I have nothing to do with zoos, but I do think they're quite interesting. Yeah, they do more good than bad, I'd say. I mean, it's a big debate, I guess. A lot of people say zoos aren't worth, you know, the well, what happens to, you know, putting animals in captivity, but I think it's decent. So, God, I am rambling. Yeah, big enclosures. What dinosaurs do I have access to? I'm just gonna slap this down over here for now, so I can check, really. I have never heard of this in my life. Look. Okay, that looks like an Edmontosaurus to me. I do love hadrosaurs though. Hadrosaurs are great. Plateosaurus. That's the Triassic one, I think. I think these were in the Walking with Dinosaurs series. Like, it showed Oh, that is a nice color. They showed the Coelophysis, and they showed this, I think, as it's like, this is what evolves, I'm pretty sure, into the sauropods, I believe? Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I can see the sort of, you know, vision. And then we've got, I've always said Pistitacosaurus. I think the P is silent. So it's the Psittacosaurus? I'll call it a Tacosaurus, you know. They're actually really cool. These are the early ceratopsians as well, I believe. They're lovely. Plus, I'm pretty sure this is what goes into the name of parrot. I don't know why they're named that. I'm assuming it's something to do with the beak. Maybe it's the quills. But Psittaco is like the big branch of birds that are parrots. I've seen dinosaurs are birds, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So we'll give the guest a little bit to walk to get to the first enclosure. Let's have a look at these guys though. I can open the Paleopedia from here. Really? How many of these can I put in an exhibit? 1 male, 2 to 6 females. Okay, so they're very like solitary. Well, not solitary. They're way more solitary than I thought though. I mean, realistically, if there can only be 1 male, even if they reproduce, which they added in the update, dinosaurs can lay eggs and stuff now, which I think is really cool. This is the max habitat, basically. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get more than this. Which is really weird to think about, but I mean, I guess they're probably quite small. Can I see the size? Okay, that's not their size. There we go. Yeah, average length 3 meters. You know what? That is quite a lot longer than I thought. So these guys are decently big, and I need an exhibit of about 800 meters. Okay, so let's into that. I don't know if I was considering doing, what's it called? I was going to build out of these, like, I know in Planet Zoo they're called null walls, but in this they're just called habitat markers. That they are. It depends on the substance. You can. This game has modular building, which is what is great. I could take one of these walls, I could place it down, and then I could place a null marker on it. So you could basically use anything for the walls, the habitat. But at the same time, these guys are so small. I think I could just use glass. I might use glass and rocks, maybe. What I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna mark it out with this, and then I'm gonna replace the fences. How much space do I need for these guys? Okay, so realistically I'm gonna go for like 1600 meters at least. So I want to double the space. I haven't really thought of what I want to put in their exhibit yet, but I feel like not they sort of give off like not meerkat vibes. I feel like they burrow. I think that's because I've played the Isle though. They burrow in the Isle. We'll have to see. I might speed this part up anyway, and I might get back to you once I've done this. But yeah, on other rules. So yeah, I'll try and get all the enrichment, import food, also shelters, because that's not a thing the game makes you do. The game doesn't make you do shelters for your animals, which I think is obviously Planet Zoo does. I'm assuming they will at some point because the game has bedding and nests. But obviously I'm not too sure. And let's read about these guys. Been found in Mongolia, China, and even as far south as Thailand. Small. Does it say anything about them? Oh yeah, I see. Parrot lizards. They've been okay. Well, I thought I recognised the name. Pat myself on the back. Patriarchy. Medium group cohesion. I don't really know if that system does anything yet. But clutch size, blah blah blah. So is there anything else I can find on here? So it's sexual maturity and death. Okay. Do they look after their young at all? Parenting mother only. Okay, so I've been thinking about this because what's it called? The game, when you have babies on their own, they seem rather unhappy. I don't, but the game it lets you make the babies first. Like it lets you. If I go onto the incubation screen, I can go and make a baby dinosaur and see how it's way cheaper. Like, this is a ridiculous price difference, and you let them grow up naturally, but they're kind of sad on their own. So I was wondering, do I make one like fully grown mother? You know, that costs 19k. Oh, that's gonna be rough. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be doable if I do that, but I also want to do slow growth speed because that increases. Not only does it increase the fertility of the dinosaurs, I feel like, you know, we're genetic. We're making some genetic like mutations. Really, we're bringing back dinosaurs. It's a bit unethical to have them live for such a short amount of time. So I feel like you're gonna have to speed up like some of their body processes. If I want to live, I want to live for as long as possible, sort of thing. And I feel like they should apply that to these guys as well. So I'll be only doing the slow growing ones. I think I'm gonna go for what's it called? Okay, this is a massive habitat. I did not realize that equates to such a big size. I mean, I think it's alright. I might run into problems down the line, but I'm fine with doing this sort of size. Wetland and coastal. Okay, so these guys, I mean, it says they don't need water in their habitat, but I'm gonna take it upon myself to add it anyway. So I do want to do a little pond. Is there a waterfall feature? Waterfall? Like, because I know Planet Zoo has the waterfall. Okay. Water. Anything else? No, not really. Oh, another thing actually, that reminds me. Electricity. I don't think it will show up under this, actually, it will show up under here. Park power. The game doesn't have a use of power yet. Like, obviously, yeah, when I first started playing this, you could research the renewable power, and I researched it. It's like, I have no use for this, which is really shocking to me. But I will be using this. I will be pretending that I have power costs. So the game hasn't added it yet, and I feel wrong. No, I'm cheating out the game a little bit, you know what I mean? So I'll be placing this near facilities that need it. I don't know if this comes with a power installed, but if not, I will be adding that. Is there anything in here? Doesn't look like it. So are these all the same price? Yeah, they are. I mean, I'll just do this then. Oh, actually, this is... no, they're all 2k. I'll just place a solar panel here then. I think that'll... I'll count that as enough power. I don't know if I'm going to have enough money otherwise. Oh, this is at a bit of a slant. I like having a bit of flat land, you know. I'm going to mess around with the terrain tool a bit as I get better at the game. Because I'm going to be real, I haven't played that much yet, but... Oh, yeah, let's not do that. I need it to not... Is there a way? Okay, well, you know what? Maybe this is my choice. Well, not my choice. This is my chance to learn. I need to get used to the terrain tools. So, okay. So first things first. Time to do the fences. Gee, I'm not gonna have that gate there. That's not a good place to have a gate. If you're gonna have staff, preferably I'm gonna have it behind the enclosure. So I'll put gate here. That's probably better now. I'm gonna delete this as well. Okay, lovely, lovely. I'm going to go for more of the coastal environment, because I'm going to be real, I prefer it over the wetland. I've been playing a lot of wetland. Made it like a lot of wetland stuff. Coastal pine needle. See, this is, I love this sort of stuff. This is cool. Is coastal grass any different? Let me put the intensity to max. Size huge? Nah, it's about the same. I'll start off with this for now, and see what these guys need. You know what I should probably do? So I don't overspend. I'm gonna make... that hurts. Well, make the first mum, quickly. And then I can't make males yet, can I? That's rough. What I'll do is I'll do one mum and a baby for now. Ooh, that's gonna take 4 minutes as well. Well, the time will pass anyway, I suppose. Park checklist compost, and that is inaccessible to guests. I don't know why that is, so I will... If I pause, is that going to fix? Nope. Well, I have 2 guest entrances, I'll figure that one out after. So. Glass? Is there any point of having this glass? I guess I kind of want the fences higher. You know what, yeah, I want the fences higher. Because I want there to be spots of privacy for the dinosaurs. Because there's no privacy meter yet either. But I do want a privacy meter at some point. Is there any wall that is just like, you know, less intrusive? It's big. Seems like we're keeping it something huge for that wall though. These look good. These are good. These are good. I like these walls. Very thin actually. I feel like I can see right through that. I guess it's... I feel like I'm looking for a wall to pass the time here. Just to get us over before I get research stuff down. There we go. Oh, now that looks dodgy. Oh, it fix this up. I need a better entrance now as well. Gate. I think this is 4 meters now. Or is it 2? It's definitely 2.5. There we go. And I can edit it to look like this. And I'm going to change the... Is that the chain link color? No, it's not. It's this. That's more fitting, I think. I'll make it a bit browner. Alright, that's a bit lighter in there. There we go. Perfect. Fits right in. Don't know if there's an option. Okay, so I really need to keep an eye on the finances, really. So otherwise we're going to be running into a bit of trouble. I might have to take a loan. Oh, maybe I should have picked these guys. Oh, this does bring me up to having to do this, I guess. Enrichment, dung beetle nest dough. I remember in the beta, you had to use those to clean up dinosaur waste, which is really cool. This game has come a long way. You know what I'll probably do actually, because I feel like these guys probably ate more plants than insects. I feel like that's not too inaccurate. I'm gonna put one of the plant feeders here, the grass. There we go. And can I edit? Yeah, there we go. Right. Which one of these looks nicest? I think a nice wooden one looks nice. Nice and wooden. You know what? I'm going to move it down this side because it's probably better to have it near the keeper gate. Less interaction, you know. Ooh, that's not went to the ground. There we go. Is that perfect? Yep. Lovely, lovely. And then dinosaur interaction. I will do a termite mound because this will give them their insects, I believe. And I'll probably move it around here. And then I feel like the keeper. When you have a keeper run through it and exhibit, they're gonna leave a little path, aren't they? I'll probably put that a bit more faint than this. Maybe not. I feel like they would leave a decently. It'd be very thin, obviously, but it's gonna be quite an obvious trail. There we go. That looks like a sort of. I think they call them like a. Not. I forgot the word. Not pleasure, the convenience. It's where people, when they go through like parks and stuff, they don't take the normal pathing. They'll make their own path, which is more convenient, and they'll leave these like, trails of trodden on dirt. Okay, is that? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. So there's bits of grass in there still. I want it to look like it's downtrodden. It's trodden on, but like it's still still a normal path, you know. It's not like a path. It's just a little rudimentary thing. Okay, so I don't have access to the plants yet, so I'll probably be making it with modern day plants, but I'll try and go for ones that are still in their environment. Give them a little pond as well, I think that's quite important. River water, rough water, pond water. Okay, well, we want pond water, don't we? Won't make it too deep, but I'll probably put it at the front, sort of, so it's more of like a guest viewing area. You got to get like a nice middle ground done. The guests need to be able to see things, but creatures also need their own privacy. It's a nice little watering hole. I'll probably add some rocks around here, I think. At least plants. Where is it? This game has so many options and stuff like this. We do fallen logs. My only problem with this game is there's an option, like, I'll show you here, actually. See how places log underwater? It's completely disappeared from sight. I put my head under, there it is. I don't really like that. I think it's just to save on space, but like to make the game run better. Probably while the game's still unoptimized, but I don't know how I feel about it. It's a shame I can't use these tunnels, so I thought they'd be really cool. But move this, nonetheless. I'll make it. We'll do it stack objects that line to the surface. Maybe I'll do rocks instead for now. I want to do these sort of mossy rocks. I think they look much nicer. So I've placed one of those like that. I'm seeing a problem now. I can't. My editing software. Not my editing, my recording software. Okay. Well, I'll probably speed this up anyway, to be honest. I will be back shortly. I'll do one big rock sort of thing. This is a nice looking rock. I want actually I guess they're gonna be able to see either way, right? Let's have a look here. So I have access like this. If I put a rock here, these are just like rudimentary, just so I know what I'm looking at, sort of thing. Can I still see that? No, not really. I see the problem now. Right, whereas if I was to move the rock like here, I would do some little rocks next to it as well. There is an option to make rocks bigger, but I think that's okay, isn't it? It's really a problem that stuff under the water not working though. So what I might do is I might fill that in with lily pads in this game, I think. Is that Lily of the Valley? Okay, that's why they look weird. Oh, I see. I can't spell. Lily pad. No? Pad. Lily. Am I must be shit at spelling. It says lilies. That's why. That's why they don't show up. Okay, I think these are wetland, so they actually do fit in. Like the creature won't be sad about it, which is good. Gotta keep them happy. Are these thick enough? These are the sort of stuff I'd expect to see like a botanical. Oh, these are nice. If you've ever been to Kew Gardens, it's like the old Queen's like botanical garden in England. You'll see that they have a big greenhouse with these in. They're lovely. I love a big lily pad. I think I saw a video on it recently on Instagram where they were weighing Cornish pasties to see how much weight a Amazonian lily could hold on it. But I think they're just too big for this sort of pond, so I'm gonna actually just fill it with the normal little ones. I really thought there'd be you know what? Let me do by wetland. There we are. So I think this might have given them a run for their money. These are nice. What are these called? Nelumbo. They're nice. They are nice. I give them that. They have more of a like it's more depth to them as well. You know what I mean? You know, I think it's going to be a competition between the two. Oh, they do have nice flowers on them. I need to make sure I have as much of it above water as possible, because otherwise they just disappear. The game deletes them, which isn't great. Oh, this is a nice tree. Do I want it growing out of this, though? That is the question. I could have it growing out inside of these, which might be nice. Actually, 1 second. Just so I can... Settings... I need to check the controls quickly. Right, the controls. Why am I being a bit silly? There they are. Building. Rotate item left, rotate item right. Toggle modular grid, toggle fence placement. Left shift, left shift, left shift, left alt. Okay.
Hello, I'm just recording this after the video because I didn't realize until halfway through making the habitat that my mic had stopped recording. So I did eventually turn that back on, like when I was releasing the Psittacosauruses, as I now know, and that's all sorted. Don't worry about it. But I just thought I'd talk over the rebuilding anyway. Yeah, just talk a bit more about the series and some fun facts about this Attachosaurus as I now know. I also need to correct myself. As at an earlier point, I said that I got the idea from a guy called Pause Design, but that is untrue. He's called PawsBuild. I'd recommend to check out his stuff. He's very good stuff. Much better than me. But, as I was saying, sorry. One of the problems I did sort of face with this, and I feel like I'll face with more in the series, a lot more with the Psittacosaurus. I've it's hard to find habitats to base these on, and what would actually be ethical because we don't really actually know that much about these dinosaurs. I've got a bit of an exception with Psittacosaurus. It's one of the most known about dinosaurs we have, I think. We have a lot of fossils. We have hundreds, I believe, of all stages of growth. So it's decently known about. And I've decided that what I'll probably do is I'll take an animal that's the most similar to said dinosaur. Like in this case, the Psittacosaurus and I'll base the habitat off what those animals would have needed, just bigger, depending on the animal. Of course, some that wouldn't be very easy to do for. But this, I was thinking, well, we've got like got a small or decently small flightless parrot-like animal. I thought, what better than the kakapo, which is a flightless bird native to New Zealand. It's a flightless uh, parrot actually, which is I think it's the only one of its kind. It's a big parrot as well, a very big parrot. I believe it is the biggest parrot species. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna base it off that, and they live in a big boreal habitat. So here you see me. I'm laying out the leaf litter to sort of give myself an idea of where I'm gonna put all the trees. I want to make a dense forest sort of, so that they have somewhere to hide. I feel like animals, you leave them out in the open, they'll get stressed, sort of thing. Especially if you're a burrow, not a burrow, yeah, animal that likes to hide in foliage, dense foliage. So I feel like these guys are definitely prey animals. At their time, I can't see them fighting too much. They're protoceratopsians. They probably have a little bit of fight in them, but I'm not too sure. I would be too keen on watching them fight. So basically, this is where I was like, I've decided I should probably give these guys a shelter because this is a thing you don't have in the base game. They don't do shelters. Instead, it's all instead you just they don't care about shelter at all. They just go with what I think you just place down bedding and they're sort of happy. I thought I can't just have that. We're an ethical zoo here, so I made them a little. I think it looks a bit like a bird box on the ground. It's not my finest work, but I think it'll do. I was proper messing around with the editing features and like shrinking and growing stuff. I think I got this thing happy. So I flip it away from the end from like the gloss, chuck in a bit of bedding, a nest, and I was pretty happy with that. Here I'm just chucking in some some ferns and stuff, foliage. I also thought, oh, while doing this part of the video, it's probably a good point to bring up some fun facts about Psittacosaurus, which is actually a genus of dinosaurs instead of just a single species, which to be fair, before this, I didn't know. There are 14 subspecies of Psittacosaurus. The one I'm making a habitat for is the Psittacosaurus siberius, I think. It's from Siberia, Russia, which is quite interesting. But they can be found as far south as Thailand, I believe. It, uh, they come from China mostly. I think most of the fossils have been found probably around the Gobi Desert sort of area. And they're also found in Mongolia. And I'd assume if they're also found in Thailand, maybe Vietnam. There's a lot of subspecies, a lot of subspecies indeed, and they are one of the most discovered dinosaur species there are. We have loads of fossils of them. They're probably one of the most completely known dinosaur genre there are, with hundreds of fossils of, including lots of complete skeletons, which is quite quite a big thing in paleontology. You don't get many complete skeletons. It's probably got some of the most well preserved dinosaur fossils ever, really. We've got fossils of young hatchlings all the way up to their being adults, which is useful to know stuff about their growth rates, their reproductive biology. And it's been great.
I'll speed up to when these guys are done. You know what, I think we're gonna give Mama 2 babies. I think that's more accurate. Because it says their clutches. How big are their clutches normally? 2 to 6. Not two, bloody hell. What am I doing? Class says 4 to 9. I can't afford 4 babies. I'm on 800 money. If I make any more, I will go broke, and the problem. Oh shit, I still need to buy zookeepers as well. I might actually have to take a loan. That is a good labourer. I don't think I can afford him though. I'll do this guy and let's go Gabriel Perez. Nah, we'll take Christopher Morgan. And we now have Lena, Galaya, and Sonia. I was gonna comment on the fact they're all ladies, but I just realised I can only make female attackers.
I'm really
How do they
enjoying
enjoy
my
the
lunch, but
exhibit?
these animals should
Let's see.
probably have some too.
Forest, perfect amount. They like the
Now this
plants.
little fella is a Psittacosaurus. Just looking at its face, you
Not
might
a big
not
enough group,
realise
but
that this was
I
one of
can't
the
do enough about that,
first
sadly.
ceratopsians. It may lack a frill and
Oh,
four
nice.
projecting horns, but you can still see
So
the
let's have a look at these
resemblance in
guys.
its
Look at
strong
that.
beak and its
You like
cheekbones.
this place? I think you do. I think they'll end up bonding, if I'm not wrong. Clutch, yeah. Okay, nice. He's adopted the offspring, and because obviously these are my first dinosaurs, it's going to be important that sadly Lena's going to have to take the fall and not have a full flock. Flock? Is flock the correct word? I'd say it's probably alright. She'll not have a full. It's not. Why is it saying there's no food? Is that just the exhibit in general? I think that might be. Let's call staff en route to refill this. Termite mound needs refill inaccessible to guests. Okay, I know about that. Okay, no. Okay, so they're all just warnings about nothing right now. Let's go Paleopedia. I think I'm going to try and fit in one more enrichment item or two. A log stump. That's you know what? That's perfect around here, isn't it? I'll chuck that in here. No, my tree. Remove foliage. No, please don't. I love my foliage very much. And last but not least, I think. You know what? I think I will add a bug feeder. I mean, they're coming down here for water actually. What I'll do is over here, put in a bug feeder. And I'm gonna use. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's watch these guys feed first. Oh, they're cute little babies. These guys will take a while to grow up, I think. But for the meantime, they seem to be decently happy. Where's their welfare issues coming from? Water. Can't find water to drink. Is this true? How do I know there's an option for me to see where they can access. There we go.
Just like other
They can access the
ceratopsians,
water, so it's fine.
Psittacosaurus is a herbivore.
I think this
but
guy's
its
actually
sharp
drunk.
beak and simple
The
jaws are
AI
better
for the
suited to
dinosaurs
tough
in this
plant
game's not
materials, such
amazing,
as
to be
nuts
honest.
or seed.
It's
Whatever
getting better. It's
price,
way
though,
better than last
be
update, to be honest.
wary of that beak.
It's rapidly
Better
getting
live
there.
than be big.
I'd say this game's much better than Jurassic World Evolution already, and just how alive the dinosaurs feel. Is it able to drink? Okay, or it's swimming. You can drink in front of the guests. You can give them their first. Oh, lovely. Sonia's getting a nice drink. Wonderful, wonderful. I really want to add some plants around here, actually, but I'm gonna. Wow, the money just came in proper fast, actually. What I'll do is research facility. How much do these cost? Lower now. Research. This is 10. Okay. Okay, relax. That's a rough buy.
I'm just gonna follow up with some final points. This is me from editing again, just because I'm not doing much here. I'm just making like a little bench spot. I thought this is the first episode. I'll just say I don't know how many people are watching. This is sort of like a documentation thing for me. If anyone watches, would be nice, you know. But if anyone does watch, any like tips on ethics or if I've got any facts wrong or vice versa, please do tell me. I'm very open to what everyone thinks I should do or what have you. Or just leave a comment if you liked it, I guess. Probably about audio quality as well. I was just thinking I think from now on the video format's probably gonna be I'll do like a little talk in the intro of what I'm gonna be doing, sort of. Then I'll start making the habitat, talk about what I'm basing it off of, then I'll go into a time lapse or whatever while I'm making the habitat, talk about some fun facts about the creature of choice. Whereas if we've got like a Stachysaurus here, I tried to give some fun facts, but I'll probably go a bit more in depth than I did today. That bit will be scripted, and I'll have a bit of like unscripted at the start sort of thing. Yeah, I think that's what I'm probably gonna do. If you're just here to watch me build, or do you want to see like more of the active dinosaurs themselves? Do say I'm very open to changing. This is my first time making or editing a video ever, so the audio is gonna be a bit dodgy as opposed to what you're probably used to. But I'm always happy to take criticism. It's part of the fun. This is just a little side project for me. I'll be back to university in a couple weeks, so this might go on the back burner as it's my second year. But I do like talking about animals, even if I'm not completely qualified to talk about dinosaurs themselves. But I'm a biology student, so I think I have a tiny bit more ground to speak on other people. Nice benches I put down. Let's see. So sorry, I just completely got sidetracked. I'm not sure if I have much value to offer. I think I'll probably get better at talking over gameplay and stuff and just chatting in general with it. So it's a bit of a surreal experience just talking to myself. So we'll see how that progresses. I might end up getting better, I might not, but be patient. It's first time for this sort of thing. Also, I don't know if I said this already, but I assumed the guy was called Pause. Let me get it up. I said Pause Design, I think. He's called PawsBuild. This is the challenge is inspired on. He made an amazing Planet Zoo series. He's got other series as well, but he plays mostly Planet Zoo. I think he did this in Jurassic World Evolution as well. I haven't watched that because and I'm basing it off of what he does, as he is great with that sort of stuff. He's much better at building, so I definitely recommend checking out. All right, thank you for watching.